Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we talk about the top wide receiver trends. They're either getting hot or they're getting cold. You ready?
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
All right, what I want to point out is I'm looking at these stats live just like you are, so I'm reacting to them, and sometimes you make mistakes. So our week 5 results would go like this. Emeka Egbuka, well, he would be the top receiver. So let's just go through. We've already done these stats. These are the top wide receivers for week 5, right? So those are all stats we've seen. Now, what we want to do is kind of click through and see these are our top 30 wide receivers. But this doesn't really tell me too much. So what I want to kind of do is use our stat machine to kind of pull out some information that might be useful for what you got going on. So the first stat is, out of these top wide receivers, this is the receivers that are rostered. So Kendrick Bourne and Xavier Hutchinson made the top 30 list, and they're only rostered 3.9% of the time. Whereas the next set is here. You have the top 20, and Ryan Flournoy is only 0.7% rostered. So these are some targets that you can kind of tell, and this gives you an idea of how that looks. Now, this is only one set of results. But if you look here, Kendrick Bourne, what did he do? He had 142 receiving yards, ranked 9th this week. So that's how it looks for there. If you want to see what he's done on the season, he's ranked 56. Nothing to write home about. Now we want to take another player like Xavier Hutchinson, who was ranked 10th this week. But if you look on the season, oh, he's ranked 55 too, or ranked 9th, ranked 56. So just testing my stats. This is a new results for me. Now I want to switch this. I want to take off that highlight because now we're trying to help you make some decisions. So the next stat I want to pull up is trending up. So this gives us an idea of what it looks like to be trending up. So it's no surprise here that these Tutu Atwell trending up. This equals out the game. So if there's 5 games, it takes 2 and 3 weeks against the 3 and 4. This gives you an idea. You can scroll over there, and I'm just trying to show you. The first week was 40. The last 2 weeks was 40 points, and the first 2 weeks was 17.4, or week 2, week 3. And I'm trying to do this so that way you can kind of see how this list changes. This is a list of 90% rostered. So you can kind of see who's trending up. Jaylen Waddle is supposed to be trending up, but I think let's go and look at another list. This is 80% rostered, and this is a new list for me. So now let's go trending down. So let's go ahead and switch that. We are using Trey Tucker, obviously trending down, but let's take a look at him. Right, so the last 2 games was 9.3, and the 2 weeks before that was 34.8. So let's take a peek at what he's doing. So last week he had 62 receiving yards. If you want to look at what he's done, so you had week 2, week 3 that were stellar, and we're comparing week 2, week 3 against week 4 and week 5. So if you look at points, you can say, wow, that's a big drop off, obviously, because this is why we're trying to take some averages and trying to throw it out there. So if we go back here this gives you an idea of who's trending down. And so you got some likes of A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Here's one that's kind of surprising on that list. Even though he had 100 receiving yards, let's take a peek at what he's trending. So I guess it's based upon a stellar week 2. That's when Jared Goff had some, and then he's kind of cooled off a little bit. So it's kind of trending down from Amon-Ra St. Brown. And let's look at this next set, just looking at some De'Ame Brown. Let's take a peek at him. So he had strong week 1 and 2, or week 2 and 3. Doesn't take this, so it takes the last playable games. And that's how it looks. So again, we're going to get comfortable with this list to see if there's Torrey Horton, Rashad Bateman, Malik Washington was hot. Some people are dumping him now because of these stats. DeAndre Hopkins, Thornton, Ryan Miller. Let's take a look at Ryan Miller. I don't know much about him, so I'm getting surprised. So he had a strong week 2, probably would offset that. And it does not, these stats do not include games that they haven't played. So that's trending up. And so these are some players. Now let's see if we can put. Okay, these are the rostered. So now we're looking at the trends, but also comparing it with the roster players as well. So again, it gives you some. So here it's trending up, taking the roster and taking the last couple games in account. So just some players to look out for: Tutu Atwell, Ryan, Xavier, Andrei, Xavier, Kendrick, Jayden, Curtis Samuel, Marvin Mims, Jalen Noel, Tez, Jalen Naylor. Let's take a look at him. I had him once in the season. So he had 27 receiving yards, 15 rushing yards. But if you look here, he's going to have to get some touchdowns. So let's look at the touchdowns ratio. Boom. That's what offset this. So you look and say, okay, fantasy points, he's not doing too much, but he did get 6 points. That's going to offset the trend, even though, so if you were going to trend them across, that's how that looks. All right. That is going to do it for our trends for week 5 or week 6, but we're looking at results from week 5.